winning trophies, of course, but his playing style, I think the fans loved it. So maybe he said it was the normal one, but I think the fans see him differently. Maybe not as a person, but what he did for the club was more than normal. Let's put it that way.
Obviously, we've seen the rivalry that there's been with Manchester City and Pep Guardiola. We've seen the emergence of Arsenal. We know the threat of the likes of United potentially strengthening again, Spurs, etc. So what expectations can you have on the season at this stage?
I think you said it correctly. If you work in this league, everyone gets better every season. So it's also for us important to improve. And one of the things is because our competitors improve as well. But that's normal if you work in the biggest league of the world. You could expect other teams to become better, and that's also the aim we have. And that's also the reason why we come in every day, to make the team and the players better.
Richard, can we ask you what it's been like working with Arne over the last few weeks, and also what you've been able to accomplish, and thinking in terms of identifying transfer targets to bring in, and also sorting out the futures of the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk?
A lot of questions there in one. It's been great to work with Arne. Clearly, it was a difficult position at first because we both had jobs to finish where we were, and of course there was an important season to finish here at Liverpool. Since then, we've been in communication daily, obviously on many things, sort of logistics, organisation, and of course preparing the transfer window, which is something we will know more about as we go on, because clearly the more time we spend with the current squad, which we're both delighted to have inherited, it's a very talented squad, and we need to improve, and we need to improve on the training pitch first and foremost, as Arne said. And with the window open, we will always be opportunistic if we can. If we can improve certain areas as we go, we will look to do that. Contractual situations, I don't think would be fair for me to talk about. I think these are private matters between club and players. The only concern that I have, that Arne has about those situations and everyone else in the squad, that it is total commitment from the players to the cause for next season, and we're absolutely convinced that is the case.
Hi, Carl Markham from the Press Association. When part of Jurgen's success was that people said he got Liverpool, he got the City. I'm just wondering how you will allow yourself to get Liverpool and get the City. What do you do to sort of integrate yourself with the club and the City and the fans?
It takes some time to understand everything, but the way I'm going to use my time in the upcoming weeks is, of course, to make the team in the best possible way and the players in the best possible way, for us to be ready for the first game. And it always helps if you get to know the City, but I think as a manager, and everybody knows, it helps even more if you win most of your games. So I think with Jurgen it was a combination of getting to know the City, getting to know the style of play the fans like, and I don't want to take words out of Richard's mouth, but I think one of the reasons why he came to me was that our playing style is not so much different. So we both like the fans to come into the stadium and see a team that plays with a lot of energy, that plays good football, and I think that is the thing I'm focused on most. And if we do that in the best possible way, that probably will give me some time as well. And if I have time, I can then get to know the City a bit better. But it all starts with improving the team and winning as many games as we can.
Julia. Hey, Julia from BBC Radio Merseyside. Last season, due to a lot of injuries with senior players, we saw a lot of the younger members of the squad being used by Jurgen, and they certainly stood up and were counted when was needed. Are you someone that likes seeing that, working with the younger members of the squad, bringing them through, and will they have that same opportunity this season to play?
I like to see good players, and if they're old or young, that doesn't matter that much, but it's always nice for a club and also nice for a team that young players come through the ranks. I think that's the right words to use. So that always gives energy into a club as well, so that there are not only the players that are brought in from other clubs, but also the players from the academy. But in the end, it's all about the quality, and I agree with you, they did really well. So if they continue doing so, there will be a fair chance that they will play as well.
What will be the things you'll be focusing on first while being at this club, football-wise? What are the things you want to focus on and instill in the team first?
Getting to know the people that work here, which I've done already, of course. Getting to know the players, especially as a person, but mainly as a player, because I've seen a lot of games from them. I've seen a lot of training sessions, but I think you get to know them even better if you are there with them together, and then implement playing style. But it's not that we're going to change everything over here, because a lot of things are done really well. But we have to find ways to improve, and I took my time for that because I was off for a lot of weeks, so I had a lot of time to look where we can improve. But I think starting to work with them will actually get us an even better insight in the improvements we have to make.
James?
Arne, James Pearce from The Athletic. Just as a head coach as opposed to manager, how do you understand the dynamic, how it's going to work with transfers in terms of your input and influence on that?
For me, it's not a change, as you might know, because in Europe we work like this, and I've worked at Feyenoord and my former clubs like this always. I think there are not many clubs in the world, maybe there are not even clubs in the world where there's one person that decides everything. So it's a calibration, is that the right word to use? Calibration. Between people. I don't think there were many sports directors that bring players in that the manager or the head coach doesn't like, and it's the other way around. So, but it's not only the two of us. I think at a club like this, there are many more people that can bring in their opinion, and that's the way I've worked recent years, and I like to work like this, to be honest.
Some people would have been put off by the prospect of trying to follow in the footsteps of such an iconic figure. Was that something you had to mull over, or was that just yourself that you wanted to take this on?
No, not at all, actually. I think you can look at it both ways. You can look at it, there are big shoes to fill, but you can also look at it in a way that you inherit a squad and a team that has a winning culture. And one of the reasons to come here, and there are always more reasons for this, but one of the reasons is that I do feel we have a real good team, real good squad. And I think as a manager, you want to work at a club where there are good players with the opportunity to win something. And the past has shown that there's a possibility for Liverpool to win some trophies. So, I think you can look at it a way to be the successor of someone who's really successful, but that's maybe, I look at it in a way that is ideal, because there is an opportunity to win something, and I like to work with players, I like to develop them, but I like to win as well, and there's an opportunity at this club to win. So.
Hi, Anna. David from ITV. I think Jurgen Klopp had the fans singing your name for the final game. You've also spoken with him. Was there one piece of advice or one thing that he said to you about the club, about this role, that stood out to you?
We've spoken about many things, but I think it's not more than normal that the things we've spoken about that stays between us. So him singing a song for me was special, because I don't think there are not many managers where the fans sing for. Is that maybe not the best English to use? But I was fortunate enough that after a few years at Feyenoord they start to sing for me. But now coming over here without even worked here yet, without winning a game, already fans singing for you, that's a good start.
Obviously Jurgen's rivalry with Pep Guardiola really captivated, really engrossed the Premier League. How much are you looking forward to that challenge as well, taking on the likes of that?
Something to look forward to, but I think there are many more good managers in this league, which is normal, because English people like to believe that's the best league in the world, and I believe this as well. So it's normal that if you work it's such a league, there are many good managers where you have to, which you're going to face, and Pep is one of them, that's for sure. And I think it was last time when I had the interviews with Liverpool. I'm lucky enough that I lived in an era where I could see the Barcelona team. It's one thing we have in common. But when he left, when Pep left over there came a new era, and that was the rivalry between Liverpool and City. So I've seen a lot. of that rivalry and a lot of games of both teams. I'm looking forward to work here, but not specifically playing against Man City, because there are many nice teams we're going to face, starting with Ipswich, of course, which is at this moment the most important one.
Good morning, both. Richard, a question for you. Could you just explain the criteria used to pick Arne? I know he's mentioned the play style. Is there a statistical basis for that? And what are the elements that fans should be looking out for?
Yeah, so that philosophy, that playing style that attracted us to Arne is based on subjective footballing opinion and data as well, as you'd expect. And in all the metrics, Arne's final team came out really well. The way they played with a real front foot, attacking football, played with intelligence, played with passion, and I think those are all attributes that we would welcome here at Liverpool. I think they lend really well with the current squad that we have, our supporters, and the football club as a whole.
Do you believe that this playing style is the best playing style there is? For example, has his own style, Sean Dyche has his own style.
Yeah, I think it depends on the situations that you have. I think it depends on the players that you have, the players that you would like to recruit. I think this way of playing, this style of playing that Arne has obviously been very successful with is the most attractive to watch, in my opinion. But I believe it will be so in the opinion of the football fans, and that's the most important thing. I think that there's a duty here to play that type of football, where you're trying to grab games by the scruff of the neck. And I don't think that's how every Liverpool team that I've seen in recent memory has done that. As Arne said, it's not going to be a hugely different approach and style to what has been so successful in the foreseeable past. And we hope to emulate that again.
Hi, this is Koen van Netherlands. Good to see you here, Arne. You've already spoken to the captain, Virgil van Dijk, and presumably also Mo Salah. Can you tell us anything about the desire and hunger you felt in these conversations for them to keep performing in Liverpool and keep winning trophies here?
I think in general every top player wants to win, and I assume, and I'm hoping Virgil first wants to win the Euros. Maybe not everything is in one line in their area, and then when he comes back after he enjoyed a few days of his holidays, he will come back, and all these players want to win, and they have the hunger to win. If you don't have that, you're not playing for a club like Liverpool. So
You've had the hunger to stay at Liverpool as well.
I did, yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Did you tell Cody Gakpo to slow down at the Euros?
No, I'm hoping he will step up a bit even more, especially in the semi-final.
First the quarterfinals.
Yeah, first the quarterfinals. Yeah, hoping to see them playing the England national team in the semi-finals. Yeah. So we are hoping and expecting him to do even better. No, Cody has a very good tournament, like his last one. The World Cup was really good for him as well. He's been impressive till now, and I can only hope for him that he can continue doing so in the upcoming games.